All right, here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Breakdown Daily Recap. What is February 11th, 2018? Now, of course, I'm Breaking CPK, and here to go over a couple of things that it's necessary for today's Daily Recap, which really is just more results. Once again, we're in a lot of qualifiers right now for the online qualifier scene, and so without further ado, I think it makes sense to get right into it. First things first, starting with the GESC, an event that I happen to be casting myself for. It's going on right now. It's still actually going on for a couple of the regions. The other ones have already been played out. China did officially wrap up earlier this morning, and in fact, VGJ Thunder did take it 3-1 over LGD Gaming. Again, I did predict VGJ Thunder from the very beginning. First off, though, really looking back at these qualifiers, again, all these qualifiers were 4 teams, all direct invites. Look at this Chinese region, man. VG, LGD, VGJ Thunder, and Newbie. That's crazy. I mean, this is definitely one of the crazier qualifiers I've seen. But in the end, VGJ Thunder taking it again, 3-1. So they're invited to the Indonesia minor tournament that is. The European region also taking place. And I actually just got finished casting today's coverage of what was the winter finals and our losers round 1 from earlier. So we have some updates here. The final drive, they get to the grand finals. It will be a best of 5 grand finals as well. No advantages or anything like that. Just the final tribe. They'll get a little bit of a break in tomorrow's cast there. So, but Penta Sports, Double Dimension, they're going to play in the loser finals come tomorrow. The final tribe, though, this team back-to-back grand final appearances in qualifiers. That has to mean something. Now, I know this one right here isn't necessarily the most talented-filled qualifying event ever, but it's a solid one. You got Kingwin, Penta, Double Dimension, and of course themselves. All kind of these up-and-coming / Tier 2 European teams, I think you could almost say. Again, Kingwin has had plenty of experience qualifying for minors and even a major this season. Penta Sports, the same deal, the minors themselves. Double Dimension, newly formed, formerly Planet Dog, a very good roster of players. And then, of course, Final Tribe, somewhat old-school Alliance and etc. there. So, I'm really excited for the European scene. We're definitely seeing a lot of these Tier 2 teams coming in and that have been formed now and are going to be bringing up some great competition. So I can't wait for something like the Epicenter qualifiers, which I believe starts tomorrow even, for the European region to really see more of this region and how it's developing over time. But, again, back to this. The final tribe, they're in the grand finals. Honestly, I'm going to go with them. They're looking good. I'm going to go with them winning it all. Anything can happen. I really wouldn't be surprised if any of these 3 teams remaining moving on. I will say I'm still a little bit shocked that Kingwin ultimately is knocked out of this event. They were the first team to be knocked out of these 4. I would not have seen that coming, but they're on a little bit of a struggle. Now, granted, it was a 2-1 series to the final tribe, and then, again, they got 2-0'd by Double Dimension today. It didn't look like the Kingwin that we're used to seeing earlier on in the season, so maybe something's going on with them behind the scenes. Don't know exactly what. They're perhaps just tired. I mean, there's a lot of grinding going on. Not to make excuses for them. I do think ultimately, again, the competition is getting better in the European region. So there you go. That's for the GESC. The Dream League qualifiers have been continuing. South America is getting to our grand finals matchup where we have Pain Gaming versus SG Esports. That's how it shaped up there. We don't know who's won yet. Of course, that'll happen. Actually, apparently it's even live now as I'm doing this recording. So by tomorrow's daily recap, we should be able to tell you who wins this one. Again, I'm still leaning towards Pain Gaming until I am proven otherwise by SG Esports. But either team wouldn't necessarily be surprised. SG, of course, very competent themselves as far as moving on. In the Epicenter qualifiers, as I mentioned, we've already kicked off with Southeast Asia. I believe Europe starts tomorrow, and maybe even North America. So it's all kind of kicking off really today / tomorrow. So Southeast Asia, we do have our playoff bracket set. It was Geek Fam and Fnatic advancing on at a Group B. Again, I suggested maybe Boom ID could have made a play, but ultimately Geek Fam does make it on. So we have our semifinal matches, Mineski versus Geek Fam, and then Fnatic versus TNC will be the first playoff right there. So we got that to look forward to, and those, I believe, at least the semifinals, will be happening later on today, and the finals after that. Wow, so it's going to be a long day here for the coverage. So, as far as predictions go, I want to say Fnatic. I want to continue to go with Fnatic. I still have a lot of hype for this team and the roster that they have and everything. They should be able to qualify. Obviously, Mineski going to put up a fight. TNC themselves. I wouldn't expect Geek Fam, nothing against them, but I definitely think Mineski is the better team, especially there. If I had to choose one team, though, I'm going to go with Fnatic. So we'll see if and how that plays out. But yeah, the European region kicks off tomorrow. You look at the groups here. We're still waiting to find the actual final team, the Open Qualifier number 4 team, which, again, being a Sunday here, they're actually finishing these up. So we don't know who the other team in Group A is going to be, but which, now that I'm looking at this, wait a second. How is this shaping up? So how did Open Qualifier number 1, 2, and 4 get put in the same group with OG? And then in Group B, you have Alliance, the Final Tribe, Kingwin, and Penta. What? That's a little surprising to me. I have no clue how that worked. Interesting. You also know here, though, it is a double elimination playoff, unlike the Southeast Asian region. So that also is a little curious as to why that's the case. So I guess they just have different formats for their different qualifiers, perhaps. But anywho, I believe at least Group A kicks off tomorrow. And yeah, Group B then will be the following day. Now, from what I've been told, I believe I'm going to be casting the European region for this epicenter. Again, there's that casting competition going on, and I was contacted by them, as I mentioned. So they told me I was going to be casting Europe. However, it starts tomorrow, but unfortunately I had to tell them tomorrow's I can't do because I'm already obligated, or I'm already made a point to that I'm going to be doing the GESC European qualifiers, of course. So they might, of course, are going to get somebody else for tomorrow, I assume, but I'm hoping and guessing that I'm still going to be Europe just on the following days. You know, hopefully they don't hate me too much. I know it was kind of, you know, I hated saying it to them, especially for this caster competition. But at the same time, I've already made a point to another organization that I'm casting for them. So, you know, I'm not just going to say, oh, sorry, guys, I got this now type of deal. I want to be able to do my commitments in the first place. So. But the point is, I mean, it didn't sound like it would be that big of a deal, so not to make it more of a bigger deal than it really is. Point is, I should be casting Europe, though. I'll have more information come tomorrow, I'm sure, on that. And then again, North America also kicks off tomorrow, from my understanding. All the teams as expected, including Evil Geniuses once again. So North America, this is hype, man. This is going to be a great, great qualifying event. You have all the Open Qualifier teams, of course, as kind of expected. The final one, I don't know if there's really anyone in there that, you know, hopefully my Han boys can make it. I know my Han boys are perhaps playing in this one as well. Let's see how this is shaping up to the semifinals. You got Pikachu versus CLVG. Who's CLVG? Can't say I really recognize those guys. Pikachu. Looking at Whiskey Dota. Okay, maybe I recognize some of that. Thundercats. Okay. And then Hooked. There we go. Fuzzy Sloth, at least. All right, we got one homeboy there. Maybe more. All right, so let's go Hooked. Anyway, so North America, no matter who ends up qualifying the, I mean, obviously, again, these are going to be great. So super excited for this one. Part of me is almost bummed I'm not casting the North American region. But, you know, hey, I got to watch it. So I got to cast Europe and then watch North America. That is pretty much – oh, no, there was one more. Yeah, that's right. The Dota 2 Asian Championships, the CIS region, is continuing on. Again, this is the one region that was delayed compared to the others because of another qualifier going on. Navi versus Team Spirit is our winter finals. Navi had to go 2-1 against Gambit, and actually in Game 2, I remember, or no, must have been Game 1 then. I remember a game where Gambit was ahead, and it seemed like they were going to win the game, but Navi had to come back. So the point is they ultimately win the series, though. Spirit had to defeat Empire 2-1 to get here. Now, of course, those teams are still in it. It is a double elimination, and again, they're playing as I speak right now, 1-1 each of those series, so we'll see how that works out. But Navi, definitely my team that I would lean towards with, you know, picking up Lil. We're going to see the debut of him in LeBron Dota as well. So see how that ultimately plays out for them. All right, I think that's it, though. The daily recap wrapping up for today. Pretty short one, as mentioned, on February 11th, 2018. Just really a lot of results to go over, so can't wait already till tomorrow. Plenty more Dota coming out throughout this week, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. Again, I was BreakyCPK. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, all over the place. And also hit that subscribe button if you don't mind as well. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.